Hello everyone, what's up? So as you know, this new event that I'm hosting, it's sponsored by Adobe Express. I'm an Adobe Express ambassador, all of that stuff. Like, thank you sincerely, Adobe, for sponsoring this session, because honestly, it took quite a bit of hardware, software to produce all of this. I needed also some help. I'll probably get a recording, edit it as a YouTube video. It's going to be extremely valuable. So all of this is possible because Adobe decided to help me out with this, and thank to them very much. You probably know me. I just created this for people that are joining out of the blue. I posted this on X, on a bunch of other platforms. People maybe don't know me. I'm Aleksa. I am a founder of Virality AI, Adobe ambassador. I was Instagram growth coach for a few years. Now I'm in AI business. I have over 1 million followers across all of my social media platforms. And I've generated over 2 billion views for just myself. I don't even count anymore. And since recently, I'm an Adobe ambassador, which I'm just so happy to announce because, it's just an honor to be sponsored and to be an active part of the community of such a big platform as Adobe. So in today's section, we're going to cover the Virality Framework. So I'm going to go through this presentation. I don't like presentations, as you know. I like to be spontaneous, fast, just to show you stuff, but we need to go through some theory first. On top of that, I'm going to show you how to find viral content using my tool, Virality AI. Then after that, I'll show you the exact prompts, frameworks, and what you need to do with AI, ChatGPT, Cloud, Gemini, whichever you use, to extract the virality of the post. And then we are going to do the live demo. After we extract, we are going to build some posts. We are going to build some memes, some list posts, a few other tips. Then I've prepared a set of secret tips at section 5, which I'm going to be sharing just here. So I'm not sure if it's going to be available in the recording or in the live video. So, that's another great thing that you're here, because you will be hearing this new data that's not available anywhere else. And then, of course, as I promised, live Q&A, which is going to be also. So the virality formula. So every piece of content that you create needs to trigger a specific emotion. It needs to, stop people from scrolling. Just think about it. Like, if your content doesn't stop people from scrolling, who cares what you have to say, right? Because, even if it's the best content in the world, if you don't stop people from scrolling, nobody's gonna see the content. And of course, why do people stop scrolling? Well, some emotion, some trigger in their mind started at the start of the video, and that's why they stop scrolling. You can trigger curiosity, surprise, validation, humor, aspiration. And as we know, in today's world, one of the strongest triggers is controversy. If you say something that's just absolutely out of the mind, there's a high chance those people will stay and watch the reel until the end. So instead of just thinking about how do I copy this word for word, or how do I download it and repost it, think about what emotion made me stop scrolling this specific content piece. You can ask yourself this right now. You can go on your phone, you can open up Instagram, you can scroll, and you can think about, okay, why did I stop here specifically? If you approach it like that, every single reel that you scroll will stop being just doom scrolling. It will become actual content that you could consume and that you learn from. So when you understand that, it's important that you actually find viral content. Now, of course, everyone knows that you can just scroll, and find a bunch of viral content, but the more content you post, you will figure out this is not an effective strategy to make this work. The simple reason is, if you're producing 3 times per day, that's 21 posts per week, you need a lot of good content, and not all of the content that you scroll is the content that you can actually replicate in your niche. That's why I've built Virality AI with the team from TechUp Innovations. It's a free platform. Mostly free, but for an average user, you don't need much more than what's available in the free version. You get the framework, you get everything. I will show you later on, but the idea is essentially you enter keywords, you enter a few words that are related to your niche. It's gonna scrape all of the Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and it's gonna find the best content, sort it out, give you engagement analysis, and the most important thing is it's real-time trends, meaning like it's not something that was posted 3 years ago and it's gonna find it because it has the most likes. It's not searched by some useless metric. It's actually searched by relevance. The more recent it is, the higher score it has. And I'm gonna talk about all of that later on as we go, but the point is Virality AI is definitely a great tool that you guys should be checking out. Then when we find viral content, we need to decode it. We need to understand why it works. I understand a lot of people here that are joining probably understand that you can find viral content, but they don't understand, okay, how do I figure out why it works? Like, I mean, like if I don't have the knowledge, how am I supposed to do that? Well, luckily in 2026 we have AI and it can do a lot, and I'm gonna show you that. The point is, you're gonna download the content, you're gonna use my pre-made prompts which I created in a doc. We'll share it at the end of this session together with I'm gonna be sending an email to anyone who's subscribed with the session recording, and on top of that the resources. You're gonna use these prompts and you're gonna get the perfect recipe. You're gonna get repurposed content for your niche. You're gonna get a bunch of things. You will see the document is very comprehensive. It has a lot of useful prompts. And then when we have that, we're gonna build it, and that's why today I'm using Adobe Express and Adobe Firefly. If needed, we will see. The point is, Adobe Express is such simple software that you can use, and that has like mind-blowing amount of really good social media templates. And on top of that, I've built some templates for you, so that's even better. You will be able to actually see those templates for yourself. You'll be able to use them. I've created everything, all included in the doc at the end. And then, as I said, some secret tips. I won't get into that right now. I want you to stick around. I want to train your patience. We live in a face-to-face world. Like, I want you to be here until the end and see what I have to say. And the tools that we will use: Virality AI, ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. I didn't write Gemini here, but honestly, I like Gemini the most, so don't judge me. And Adobe Express. So all of these are free. Free tiers work for Adobe Express, ChatGPT, Cloud. Open them up right now. If you have PC near you, if you're on your phone, if you can, watch the live while you do that, that's great. I would like for you to, go through with me. But if not, it's important that you remember the concepts that I'll be covering here. So the first thing, as I said, that we need to do is we need to find the content that actually works. So just a quick reminder, a lot of people that I see, and even coaching clients, done for you services clients, all of those people, like when they start, they try to go from something that they have in their head, and they don't have any content creation experience beforehand. Remember that content creation is a skill. It's something that you build as you go, and it's not easy for people to understand what's actually good content. So let me show you very quickly how you can find good content. So using Virality AI, and I'm gonna drop Virality AI in the chat. The point is, Virality AI sorts out content from Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok based on your keyword search to find the best possible content ideas. For me personally, I like since we introduced TikTok, I like using it for TikTok. The simple reason for that is you can search trends. When you search trends on TikTok, a lot of trends come the earliest on TikTok. So when you actually search TikTok viral content, there's a high chance you will find very good content that you can replicate, and that will later on actually work out on Instagram and YouTube, because everything is later there. The best social media to where everything comes the earliest is X probably. TikTok is the next best one. But for most people that want to create video and photo content, TikTok is the best bet. So here we go. So let's say I want to search, let's search AI. Let's search AI tools on Instagram and see what's gonna come. So as you can see, it's very simple. You click you enter your keywords, click, you get a bunch of content. As you can see, you can quickly switch between platforms. For example, here I want to check out YouTube. It's gonna show the YouTube side of things. And the great thing is, if you're into long form YouTube content, which, as you know, I've been trying to get consistent at for a very long, it will also show you viral YouTube videos in the niche, long form and short form, which is just great. And as I said, I personally like TikTok, but the whole point is the same. You'll find a bunch of content which works extremely well. What I especially like about Virality AI, it gives you all of this amazing data, it sorts the content by relevance, but I know a lot of people are not very interested in looking at all of that data and figuring out what's going to work out the best for them. So what I recommended my team do is we built this feature called Virality Scores. So what's a Virality Score? It's a custom score that we built that doesn't track only viewership, likes, comments, and so on, and engagement. It actually tracks much more than that. It tracks relevance, it tracks velocity, how fast is it getting views, and so on. So sorting by virality score when you are searching for these trends is your best bet, because it's going to show you a bunch of content, as you can see, that has high virality score. This basically means it's not only content that's getting likes and views and shares for that specific creator, it's actually the content that has high viral velocity, is getting a lot of views in a short period of time compared to the creator's usual views, a bunch of other things. As you can see, like in general, there's a lot of different content here, and of course, even if I wanted to show you how to create all of this content, it's just impossible in 60 minutes, even though like most of this content is very simple content. But what I want to specifically focus on is this list type of stuff. Today, I also want to show you a few quotes type of stuff. I want to show you some easy memes and so on, a few other ideas that you can recreate very, very quickly. They're getting millions of views right now for anyone on any platform. As you can see, you can even compare different platforms. Here, I'm going to also show TikTok. It's the same thing. The point is, when you're here, you want to go sort by virality score, just as I showed you. So sort by either by relevance or virality score, but virality score is better. Here, this has 94 virality score, which is just crazy. And you're going to save all of these posts. And we are, of course, going to use those posts later on. So here, I'm going to even, here, let me see what I have here on Instagram. Sometimes, there are certain posts that are trending on, for example, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube that are not maybe relevant for you, but this doesn't mean that you can keep searching and click this button, load more. It's going to load even more results. You can rank them. As you can see, this is buried below, but it's on fire. So that's why you need to sort by virality scores. So yeah, what you're going to do, you're going to save a bunch of these posts, and then you're going to copy their links. You're going to use them for that. And by the way, when you save posts, they're going to be here in the save posts, of course, of Virality AI. And it's going to be filtered by keyword. And by the way, like if you're lazy as me, I've also built you a viral ideas tab. This is like the gold mine, because I've personally had picked this over 300 ideas currently, updated regularly. The point is, all of these are proven to work, and there are ideas that you can replicate in less than, I would say, 10 minutes. So, and it has complete tutorials, examples, everything that you need to do. So yeah, if you don't want to search, this is also a good path. But of course, like if you want super accurate data, searching keywords, plus sorting them by virality scores is the best bet, because that's going to get you the most possible relevant results as you can. So yeah, that's regarding Virality AI. So what you're going to do, you can go even right now, search a bunch of keywords, try to relate them as much as to your niche. For example, if you're in fitness, you're going to search fitness, nutrition, workout, and so on. You're going to find a bunch of content, save it. Once you do that, and let me just search again so I can pick a post that's gonna be a good target. So let's see, for business, what's gonna appear. Okay, so this is a good idea. I like this. $1 million app idea part 7. Cool. So what you're gonna do, as I said, you're gonna save it, copy the link, whatever you like more, copy the link, and then you're gonna go to this website called RealPool. RealPool is a website that lets you download those videos that you find. Of course, there's different websites for different social media. For YouTube, you have downloaders. For Instagram, you have RealPool. For TikTok, you have SSTick. I think that's the website. You paste, you download. So why do you need actually to download the video? Well, because unfortunately current LLMs like Gemini, Cloud, ChatGPT, they don't see the videos. For example, Gemini is the most advanced in that field because it actually sees YouTube videos, and that's obviously a great thing, but not every content idea that you find will be on YouTube. So in order for your LLMs to see the videos that you are in order to see the videos that your LLMs are gonna decode, for them you need to upload them the actual video, and that's why you need to download viral videos. Once you have it downloaded, then you're gonna go to the idea bank and you're gonna grab the first prompt. So for example, first prompt here is dedicated to extracting the hook. So you copy this prompt, you go here, you upload the video you just downloaded, you paste the prompt that I prepared for you. Of course, it's gonna take a little while to upload. Cool, you're gonna paste the prompt. I always like to turn it up to Pro because it's more detailed. If it's not Pro, it sometimes tends to, get lazy and do stupid stuff. So as you can see, it's gonna extract the hook. What's the hook? How to find $1 million app idea in under 60 seconds. It's gonna show you the emotional trigger, the hook structure, everything. So this is perfect if you want to film a video like this. It's important data. Another cool thing is this prompt for identifying viral patterns. So you can use the same thing, upload the video again. You don't need to do that every time, but I mean, like, if you already uploaded the video, you probably don't need to, but just for safety, I'm gonna upload it again, and it's gonna again look at it. So why I specifically use Gemini the most is because Gemini is one of the it's the only AI that can actually see the video without any additional plugins or skills needed. So you can just open up Gemini right now, upload the video, it's gonna see it, and I like simplicity. Cloud can do it with certain skills. ChatGPT, I'm not even sure, I don't use ChatGPT that much. As you know, I'm not a big fan of ChatGPT. I think they screwed it up, and it's gonna analyze it for you. Of course, when it analyzes it, you can also rewrite the content, and it's gonna be completely it's gonna be amazing, and it's gonna be ready for you to use it. Now, as I said, even if I wanted to show you how to create these talking videos and all that great stuff, it's not something that's it's not something that's possible in a 60 or 90 minute session. I would need more time. That's why I'm gonna focus on something simpler. So I've prepared certain content pieces that went viral for me, or I found them already and they went viral, and I feel like they're gonna be a much better explanation for what you can do with AI. Now you probably think okay, but what do I do with this? I rewrote the content. That's a great thing, but it doesn't mean I know how to film it and so on. I completely get you, but 90% of my content is actually faceless. Okay, maybe not 90%, but 70 to 80% is faceless, and it's these kinds of videos. And I want to emphasize two types of videos which are getting a lot of traction for years. It's not even right now, it's for years. So, for example, first type of content that worked very, very well is lists. Second type of content is memes. Third type of content is quotes. And fourth type of content is appearing images. And I want to focus on those four first. Let's start with the list. So again, we are gonna do the same thing. We are gonna go here. I mean, with list, you don't even need to download them. You can just screenshot them, and then you can go to AI, start a new chat, of course, and you're gonna upload the screenshot of the list. Then we're gonna go to the next prompt in the doc that I created for you, which is adapting a viral list to your niche. I also created rewriting a list for example, your own list, or generate a viral list from scratch. So let's say I like to use this to adapt for your niche, because if this makes it possible to create content that's maybe not even currently available in your niche, and it's not viral in your niche, but you can recreate it in your niche and go viral. So for example, I'm going to paste this prompt, and you will need to enter original niche. This is AI tools. Then my niche is, let's say I say business. My audience is business owners, and then everything else is already written. As I said, I turn this on to Pro always. It's more accurate. By the way, thanks for everyone who's joining. I see we have 34 people live. It's just an honor, honestly. Like, I have never done this stream, so it's great that there's interest. So yeah, what we are gonna do is input this and look at this. Just because it created a full list doesn't mean you have the content piece. So what you're gonna do, and again, I'm repeating myself, but this is exactly what I'm doing for myself. The only thing that's different is, of course, I'm using my backgrounds and my overlays and so on, but you can sit down at your PC and film yourself. I've created the list template that we are gonna use right now. So when I show you this, it's gonna be like this. You're gonna click use template, and we are here. So this is Adobe Express, adobe.com/express, an amazing tool, and again, completely free to start using. So when we are here, we're gonna go back here to Gemini, and then we are just gonna copy this. So 20 free tools to scale your business. This is the hook. So what I did on the original post that's different is I bolded the tools like this. I added some icons. You can do that too in the Adobe Express. And then, of course, the last thing which is important is the background. So specifically the post that I took as an example has a static background. Again, a great thing. You can get all of this here like this, something like this. And then what you can also do is maybe we can lower the opacity a little bit, and it's gonna make it just right. As you can see, everything is clearly visible. You just add a little bit, and of course, like, the call to action is also there. We can copy it from the original post, and that should be the post. And believe it or not, when you adjust a little bit fonts, you adjust bolded things and all of those things, the great thing is it will look pretty similar to this. You add some emojis and so on, and you have viral post. As you can see, this got 1600 likes. posted just 6 days ago. I think it got around 150 or 200,000 views, and it takes, as you can see, like when you add the photos, emojis, and anything else that you need to add on top of this, like it takes no more than 10 minutes to recreate this exact post. And especially with the prompts that I'm gonna be giving you, it's just so easy. The next thing that I wanted to cover is meme template. So I mean, this is just so easy, and it's just so viral. It's just crazy. So as you can see, I've saved a few memes here that we can reuse. So look at this. When you feel guilty for not studying but still not studying, this is applicable for any niche, for any business. 227,000 likes in 6 days. Again, we go to Real Pool. We're gonna paste this, download. Then you're gonna go to the template that I created, and you're gonna upload the meme. So we're gonna leave it like this for now. The next thing that we're gonna do is, there's different things, different prompts here. For example, extract the meme formula, re-optimize a meme for your niche, and general original meme concepts. This is the one that you should pay attention to, re-optimize meme for your niche, because if you're able to re-optimize any meme for your niche, that's what we want. So again, we're gonna start a new chat. We're gonna upload the meme. We're gonna paste the prompt, and then we're gonna input all of this. Students, my niche is business, my audience is business owners, and it's gonna create, of course, like you don't need to do this 100% of the time. I'm sure like a lot of you have creativity enough to write a meme for your business, but you know, this is just to make it stupid simple and stupid easy. When you feel guilty for not working on your business but still not working on your business, cool. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna crop it into this template like this. Keep on like this, and then you're gonna insert this meme text, make it a little bit smaller so it fits. That's the whole thing that you need to do, and this is exactly how this guy got 200,000 views. Now, one important thing that I need to tell you is when you're posting memes, it's extremely important that you don't go off niche or off brand. So don't just post the meme because it's viral. Post it because post it and optimize it for your niche, because that's the only way that it's actually gonna perform. And even if it goes viral and it's not optimized for your niche, the problem is it's gonna get you a lot of followers which are not interested in what you're regularly posting about, and then we're back to square one, which is, you know, what we don't want happening. Now, something that I want to glance over right now, but I'm not gonna show too much, is appearing images. So this is similar thing to list. You can build it in a similar way as a list and create it. So I'm not gonna show a separate tutorial, but again, extremely viral. So for example, here is an appearing image. The simple reason why these things are getting so many views is because by the time that it gets to the full opacity, it goes back, and people need to stop it to look at it, which increases the watch time, and it's again extremely easy to build. In order to make it again very simple for you, I've created a template. I'm not gonna show with separate images because here's an image here, but the point is, as you can see, you just replace this image, you click this. Okay, never mind, it doesn't have the option actually. Let me see. Cool, never mind, you're just gonna upload the image, replace it, just drag it like here, and it's gonna keep the same settings and replace it. Last thing which I wanted to talk about is quotes. As you remember, like quotes are something that you can see all of the time on social media, and it's just so easy. By the way, I included the appearing image sequence prompt too, so you can use it later on. So quotes are just so easy to build, and I'm gonna show you now, and they're also extremely viral. They're getting hundreds of thousands of likes and views. Let me see if I can find a quote that I saved. 558,000 likes. You can build something like this for yourself. That's just stupid. You don't need to, like, this is generated with AI, obviously, so you need to upload to Gemini, blah blah blah, a few things. But you can build a similar quote to this. Now I've included a prompt to reframe the quote for your niche. I don't like that. I like original quotes. So I've created a prompt that will create original quotes for you. I will just copy it here. Copy. You're gonna go to Gemini, new chat, paste it. So my niche is business. Audience is business owners. Emotional trigger. I mean, it doesn't even matter. Like, it can be aspiration, and just go with it. So here it is. Revenue feeds the ego, but healthy cash flow buys the future, for example. That's one. Now, of course, you can, adjust it depending on, what you need to do. For example, you can make it, easier to understand with simpler language, or more complex depending on who you're targeting. I like this. Perfectionism is often just procrastination in a suit. That's a good one, and it's a good reminder for a lot of people. So what you're gonna do, you copy that, then you're gonna search quotes. I think I already searched that. And of course, as I said, I personally like Adobe because it's fast, works very well, and it has a bunch of very, very searchable and very viral content templates. So you're gonna pick one of these, and if you can literally pick one every single day, and it's gonna work extremely well. So here, I think this looks great, honestly. So you're gonna customize the template. Again, this is adobe.com/express. You're gonna paste the quote. You're gonna make it match everything, you don't wanna be... Personally, I like fonts which are more readable. So for example, Poppins, as I said, I like this more. But again, it's up to you. Like, in my opinion, the more readable, the more easy you can make it for users to, read it, the better it's gonna perform on social media. Now the thing is, as I said, the reason why I covered these 3-4 formats is because those 3-4 formats are probably the easiest to recreate, and they're the easiest to produce in huge volume. And that's the next thing that I wanted to talk about: posting frequency. So how often and when should you post? To be honest with you, like, if we were in 2020, 2019, 2018, you could probably get away with posting a few times per week. But right now, with a bunch of, AI generated content, and I don't think like this, this is AI assisted content. But AI generated content, when you don't even need to use your brain, everything is auto generated, then there's just so much content on the market. And you need to produce a lot of content if you want to grab attention. I would say that minimum you should post is daily. And honestly, when you look at this, it takes 10-15 minutes per post. I think it's absolutely possible to post at least daily. Other than that, I think you should definitely focus, if you can post more, to post more. So 2 to 3 times per day is what you need. The simple reason for that is a person who posts 3 times per day compared to the person that posts 1 time per day is gonna get 3x the data. It's not even about the results, because the more data that you have and the more you can look back at what already worked, the better you're gonna perform moving forward. The whole point is to have enough data to see, okay, this is working, this is not working, blah 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 blah, and to replicate it as close as possible. And of course, to adapt as you go. You don't want to stand in the same place. The point is, you want to have high enough content frequency that you have enough data to look at, or else you are too slow. When should you post? You should post when you're online. Like, I've seen so many videos that say, what's the perfect posting time, blah, 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 blah. There's no perfect posting time. There is only a time when you are online, and a time when you can be online consistently enough. So if you can be online at 9 a.m. every single day, post at the same time each day. Underrated thing to do, post at roughly the same time every single day. The simple reason for that is, if you post at the same time every single day, you will slowly start building up the audience. And as that audience is built up, those people will start expecting your posts at that time of the day. They will expect it, and that's more important than sending them a notification, sending them an email, telling them to subscribe. It doesn't even matter. If you upload at 10 every single day for a year, people that are used to watching you will watch you at 10. So whatever frequency you pick, 1 to 3 times per day, pick 1, 2, or 3 times per day when you can post at the same time each day. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it, just post. So none of these posts are perfect. Will they perform well? I don't know. They have a high chance we did everything correctly. But there's a lot of things that you need to consider. Timing, audience, algorithm, a bunch of other things. Just post it and optimize the results that you get. Don't create content daily. If you post 3 times per day, you're gonna get burned out in 3 days. Create it weekly. Sit down for 1 or 2 days, for example, Friday or Saturday. That's how I do it for myself. Create all of the content for the next week. Schedule it out or keep it in drafts and just post it. Trust me, I've seen many people burn out because they create content there. One hidden gem that you should use is small creators. So a lot of people, when they enter a niche, they look at what big creators are doing, which is great. But those big creators that are big creators, for example, I have 600,000 followers, don't look at what I'm doing all of the time, because this is something that's working for me right now, but maybe it didn't work when I had 1,000 followers. Try to see what smaller creators are doing. If you can find a creator that has 1,000 followers and gets 10 million views, that's a huge thing, man. Like, he did something right with that post, and you need to replicate that post. Don't look only at the larger creators. What's great about Virality AI, it picks up posts, compares them to creators, and that's how it gives virality scores. So that's yet another recommendation to use Virality AI. Another thing that I wanted to tell you is you need to keep experimenting. When you start, you don't know anything. Just keep experimenting, keep testing new content. That's why the data is there. Post 21 times per week, 3 times per day. You get 21 data points to look at when you create the next set of content for the next week. And it's going to be way easier to create that content. But when you experiment, don't forget to also analyze the content. I see this all the time. Some people are stuck at a certain point. They like this content, they're not gonna change it, and they get 30 views every time. But then, at the other time, there are certain people who just experiment. They don't look back. They don't see what actually worked out for them. And that's just, it's not a good strategy, because at a certain point, something will work out and you won't see it. Now, when I say analyze, don't be sad if you're getting views that are not viral quality, like millions of views. Try to look at yourself only, compare your results only to your results, and introduce to yourself a concept that I like to call viral for you. What's viral for you? Well, viral for you means that a certain post got extremely more views compared to other posts that you usually post. So for example, let's say you get 50 views and then you get 5,000 views on one reel. That's not a worldwide post, but it's 100 times more views than you usually get. So that's viral for you. Don't look only at those big numbers, millions of views and so on. When you go and look at large creators, you think that's what you need. You don't need that. Look at your results, see what's viral for you, and then analyze it. That's how you progress further. If I could say what's the most important element of any post, the hook. If you don't have the good hook, who cares? The hook is at the start of the video. It's everything that's happening at the start. It's the video itself, what's happening on the screen. what text is on the screen, what's the music, sound effect, everything. The point is 80% of your time should be invested in creating a good hook. This doesn't mean that you need to spend hours, but if you're gonna focus on improving a certain part of the content, focus on the hook 80% of the time. Because if you create a better hook, the information that follows is likely good enough. The point is, if they don't stop at the hook, they won't see. Even if you're like a PhD at something, you have the best information in the world, it doesn't matter, because like they won't see it. You need a good hook. Second two, like things that I would focus on is length of the content and pacing of the content, meaning like how long is the content, is there any dead space, is there always something that's happening on the content itself, and then at the end, call to action, telling them what to do next, to comment, to follow you, to save. Always have a call to action. I personally, as a viewer, when the video is finished and I don't have anything to do after it, I kind of feel disappointed. So always tell them what to do next. It doesn't need to be interaction. It can be, go to this website, try it out, give them a call to action. By the way, I want to show you like this system, how it actually works in practice. So let me just open up a client's profile. So this is my client, Debbie. Debbie is on our Done For You service. As I said, that service is completely like from A to Z everything, meaning like we create the content, we edit the content, she just approves it, she sends us these background images and so on. We use the exact system that I showed you, plus minus some things, and of course I have people who are hired for her specifically to help out with publishing, writing and so on. Use this exact system to get her views. She started with close to 0 followers. I think she had 10, 20, 30 something, 371. But what's more impressive, and this is our first month that we are working, look at this, 3,000 views, 98,000 views. Then we go back, 168, 90,000 views, 2,000 views, and so on. And how did we start getting those views? Well, this video started blowing up, and then we use this video to create more of the same, like just with different tips, same structure. The thing is, the rest of the videos that we created are also researched. As you can see, some are performing better, some are performing worse, but in general she has a pretty high viewership for someone who had like 30 followers since yesterday. So this is like the proof that the system that I just showed you works. It's something that works. And by the way, like I've been thinking about this, and we took her as a client to experiment with this new system that we used, and we are just mind blown by the results. She got 500,000 views or something just on Instagram, and we're posting on 5 different social media for her. I actually decided to take a few more clients for this, so it's gonna be like just 1 or 2 people, because as I said, we do everything from zero to posting, and you don't need to think about anything. My team handles everything. You just approve and send us the brand guidelines and a few other things that we need to start creating content. We create content for you. You start getting views, you start getting sales. Of course, like we're still early for her to get sales, but we are working on that too. The point is, you start getting views. If you have a developed business, you will probably start getting leads and sales, and you don't need to think about your social media. We cover everything. So if this sounds like something that you would need, as I said, only 1 or 2 people for this. If you're watching this as a recording or live now, just DM me on Instagram the word viral, and I'll know that you're interested in this. Or if you don't like words, just DM me that you're interested in this Done For You service. Thank you very much for everyone for joining and sticking around. I'm sure a lot of people are going to watch this video after it's edited too. Don't forget to like this, sub to the channel. Who knows, maybe even more people will find it, even though this is a little bit more in-depth and not that viral type of content. But yeah, I'm glad I can bring value. Thank you for sticking around, and see you guys.